Hi guys, welcome to Enslaved.Electrons. Today I'm going to be installing the CP1A Behringer PSU. I'm going to do this with the Nano power distribution board. It's got 20 16-pin IDC sockets which are keyed. You can't get it wrong. I will be connecting these these power distribution, these are just ribbons, with this is another 16-pin IDC. To do this, I'm going to need 8 of these. This is made from 3M. These are, screws. They've got a bolt end, and to connect it to the case, I'm going to need 3 washers, 1 hexagon bolt, and 1 washer type. It's from the rails, the Eurorack rails. It's a sliding nut, but it's just the right length that I need to give me some buffer room from the back of the case, so these obviously aren't in contact with them. The case is made from wood, and I've pre-installed the rails. These are sliding nut rails, as you can see. The case was 85 quid, and the rails come to 30, 60, 90 quid. That's 7U, and yeah, we're going to build another layer to the modular rig. Oh yeah, of course, and I'm going to need that drill. So hopefully you can follow it, and then, install your own. When I'm finished, I'll put the other links for the chap that makes the case. That's American walnut, and the synth rails. Of course, this is the Nanotech power distribution board. It's got overcurrent protection, stuff like that, the stuff you want. You don't just want to be using these bus cables, flying bus cables they call it, if you can help it. They offer no protection whatsoever. All they're there to do is connect these power cables. Now I'm going to use one to connect to here, like so, and to the power supply. Then I will fit each module with its own ribbon and distribute the power that way. That's the CP1A from Behringer. So let's get on with it. We gotta make a video, and first we gotta measure out the holes on the case so we can drill them and fit the Nano power distribution board. So we'll get that one done next. So I positioned the Nano power distribution board. We're at the back of the case. It's been painted black so you'll be able to see. Always wear your safety gear. Don't mess about with your drills and your still saws and your angle grinders. Get these on. You might need them. So strap them on, grab the drill, and we'll go drilling. Before we can drill, we're going to mark out the holes, the layout for the screws, and it's 1, it's 2, I'm using a bright pink pencil for this, with good contrast on the black. I'll be able to see that no problem. So, mark it out. 4, and there's 8 all in total. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, that back up there out the way. So, as you can see, my 8 holes are clearly marked out. I'm using drill piece, that's 3mm, perfect for the screw, which of course is the M3, which is 3mm. So that's the first one done. I'll do the rest and I'll be back when they're all drilled. And by the magic of technology, we are back. So the holes have been drilled in the case and it's ready to receive this is a 30mm and it's a 3M with a bolt head on it. So first we're going to use a washer. We're going to put this like this. Then we're going to take one of the sliding nuts that's inside this channel here on the Eurorack rail, and we're going to put it on under there, and it'll give us roughly 2mm of clearance so the solder doesn't touch the case. I'll do that and we'll cut, and by the time you come back that will be finished. So first we need to take a washer. We put a washer before and then after. Then we'll screw on the sliding wheel nut. One down, 8 more to go. So, last one, washer, sliding nut. But first, put it onto this first, okay, then we take another washer, we don't want to put any stress onto these PCBs, you know. I don't want them to cause any sort of problem with it. They're pretty expensive. They are, let me think, I think they're 35 quid. And so far I've had to use 2, this will be the 3rd. But I prefer it to the flying bus cables. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the flying bus cables, don't get me wrong. But just not for me. I will be using them to distribute the power. But there you have it. So we've got 8 washer first, washer after, bolt. And I feel like that gives us just enough clearance over the soldered parts of these IDC sockets. Now they're keyed, so you can't get this wrong. They only go in one way. And they're from nano resistors, capacitors, capacitors, and these buffer the flow of the power and they make sure it's right. We got LEDs for indicating. We got, I'm sure it's going to be, let me see, upside down, yeah. So 12 volts, 3 plus 12, 3 volt and minus 12. So now we're going to install this into the case. Oh, I'm going to need to lay it down as I make it first. And I would say that's pretty much job done. You can see. So it's in there. Zoom. And yeah. So, looking good, looking good. Now we flip it round. Yep. Always keep dusting after you drill, just to make sure you don't get any little particles left inside there. So we're going to flip it around. And we'll get the bolts on. So this again is another washer, once again. We use 3 washers for every bolt. We're going to put a washer onto the bolt and then fit it with the hex bolt. Yeah, 6-sided, 8-sided, maybe 6, yes, 6-sided. And they will that nice and secure. So, one done. I won't bore you with the rest of it. We'll be back in a second. And we're back. Right, board is now installed. we're now going to take the Behringer PSU, the CP1A. We take 16 pin IDC. Now it's keyed, so can't go on wrong. We plug it in, place it down, and you plug it in to the board, like so. That will then serve as a conductor of the power coming from the module to all 20 of those IDC sockets on the nano board. Right, so we shall install the flying bus cables next. So grab a plain bus cable of any type, and I want to put one at the other end. So again, this is keyed, so you can't get it wrong. It goes in to this, thus making this bus cable live with the power that the modules need. I think I might do 2, I'm not sure yet, but I think, you know, going with this design, it's safe as houses, it's a no-brainer. Anyone that can pick up a drill can drill the holes. I mean, you just go online, this guy builds it, hand built, walnut and hard pine, kind of a plywood, but it's nice, it's good quality, not very expensive, and just goes to show you that if you're willing to do some of the little bits of work yourself, it can be done fairly cheaply. These rails, a pair of them, 30 quid. I've got 3, I've got 1U, another 3U, another 3U, so that's 7U altogether. The power supply from Behringer, I don't know, 70 quid, something like that. And all modules come with these connectors, so you probably get a couple of them lying about. But yeah, so these little 1U I will probably connect straight onto the board, and some of this I will be connecting on the board and also from the flying bus cable, just depending on how long the cables are and the situ of the modules. But yeah, the guy that makes these will build into it a 3-pin common kettle lead, as you know, we tend to call it in the trade a kettle lead. But so installed, power supply, 3000 milliamps. Before anyone leaves a comment, it's 3000 milliamp. It gives more juice than the tip top. I have a tip top and a single 3U, part of the rig, which you will see when it's all put together. And yeah, I'll be back once I get this bit plugged in. So, I've decided that rather than take up 2 sockets on the PCB, there's only 20, so one is being used from this, and I'm going to use another one from this. Now I decided to do this. Again, this is keyed. You can't get it wrong. Simply plug it into there, and I have a fairly long flying bus cable, and I've not used up another IDC socket. So we'll get this screwed down and we'll get some modules in. So we now have the Black & Decker drill, as unfortunately I have suffered a hand injury when I was younger and I don't like to hold screwdrivers. So, little adapter, Phillips screw head. What we're doing is we want to go and being in the middle is perfect. So let's grab one of these sliding nuts that I find so convenient, and we will screw it down into place. I'll do the next one. I won't let you suffer me doing this. I'll be back. Screws are now in place, and it's looking very solid indeed. Now for the fun. Let's get those modules installed and screwed into place. So we have the 1U in situ first. So let's get them installed. Let's do the second one. Third one. Those are all Mosaic modules, by the way, and this is from Mia. The Mosaic modules are the variable filter, oscillator, quantizer, arpeggiator, mono reverb, and this is a nice little mixer. I got maybe, oh, what is it, 12 HP, something like that, to fill. It was filled properly, but I decided to take a mult out and installed this, and it's left me with a bit of a gap at the top. But we'll fill it, no rush, alright. So, again, all those ribbon cables you see me installing, those are all keyed. You can't get it wrong, you just can't get it wrong. Maybe you can, sorry. Tip Top don't have keyed sockets on their power modules. I forgot that, hence why I try and stay away from Tip Top. Plus the fact, you're not getting value for money from Tip Top. Listen, Tip Top, if you're watching, you hear me, more value for money. Keyed sockets on your power supplies. I don't know why you don't do it. To be honest with you, it's a safety thing for a start off. It should be done. people fall foul of it. They wipe out modules. It's not a good situation for anyone except for TikTok, because they must be selling more after the break. So it's something, if it was a car, it'd be done like that. But because it's modules and there's not a big voice behind modules, but no TikTok, you're not impressing me. Plus, that little Usus, to me, is underpowered. This boy's giving me 3000 milliamps. Your Usus is stuck at 2000 milliamps. What's that? 6 modules? 7 modules? Something like that. I'm lucky. I got 3000. It doesn't use though, 3000. I've added it all up. You'll see it all working. Again, thank you, Mr. Early from Behringer. He's looking after the masses. But yeah, so this one will do the low hanging fruit, and we still got some sockets here for some, the middle lane modules, and there's plenty sockets still left on that power distribution board from Nano, and the thing cleans up the power as well, so it's all good. It's all good. It's a win-win-winner. Right, let's get the second row populated and I'll be back. Right, populating the second row, and I come across module, and I thought this one is worth talking about. This is the envelope from Little Fish, and it has the pin headers which are not socketed. Right, now a 10 pin to 16 pin it needs. These are marked with a red line. Fortunately, they've decided to mark this. So, red stripe here, like so, and we'll get it into place. So, just thought I would, share it. I'll be back. Okay, so another tip, what we got is this is cable management. You want to keep the clutter inside the case as low as possible for air circulation. So manufacturers sometimes give us extra long ones. If it's extra long, give it a quick fold up. A cheap little cable tie, right way round, hopefully, mate. And you just pinch it off at the end with a set of nail clippers, and it's ready to go into the awaiting IDC socket of the module. Just to share that one, keep the clutter in the case down to a minimum. We want air to be circulating, we don't want any modules overheating. These rails actually act as a heat sink, so the rails will get warm. Luckily, the guy who made this has left gaps at the top and at the bottom. This allows the air to circulate and keeps it as cool as possible without installing active cooling, i.e. a fan. I bought a fan, or I bought more than one, I bought 3. The normal bog standard computer case, they run on 12 volts, they're fine. They got 3 pins, snip it off, one of the ribbon cable, strip it down, connect it up, whack, straight onto the board, push it lovely. But I'm going to try and keep this one as simple as possible for the sake of the video, but I might do it later on. Yeah, when I cut, I'll go dig one out. So I'll cut and I'll go and get one. Right, so these are from a company called Cool Moon. You see it on eBay, nice and cheap. I think a tenner a fan. These, they can cost anywhere from £3 to like £5. And if you're inclined, you can put the guard there, behind, or gouge a big hole out, put the fan underneath, put that on top. But and of course I strip the plug off, and I will at some point install it in the case, and you'll see that upgrade, but for now we'll stick to these rails being installed. So, thinking about it, and right, this is for people that have found a module with no IDC shroud, keyed shroud. So this one, Indepth, Granddaddy of Eurorack. Indepth, always use the bottom for red line. So 10 pin IDC, red line to the bottom, and it's ready to be installed. So in the future, if it's a Indepth, red line at the bottom, and yeah, onwards. Again, another example of how long these cables can be. I mean, that thing's massive. But better than having more than not enough. So we only want to go to here. Again, we just grab quick cable tie. Perfect. Polygraph, wrong frequency central. Perfect. So guys, that's the middle row populated and installed. Let's get the last row installed and get all powered up, and we can start some patching mayhem. So yeah, the build goes on and I shall be back. Right, another module format, if that's what you want to call it, of the layout of this pins. So this is from Hampshire.Electrons, and the PCB has the whole 16 pin used, but only uses the 5 top pair. Now these 5 are for basic operation of a module. But when you see a module that uses all of these, well, it'll use the last 3 pair for MIDI, send, return, that type of thing. And Hampshire clearly mark their minus 12 volt at the top. So always minus 12 volts. You'll come across these unshrouded sets of pins quite a lot, but as long as you stick to minus 12 as the red stripe, you'll be fine. So almost whole case populated now. I think I'm happy with the layout almost. I've just got to get both of these from Hampshire installed, and then we'll set about screwing them down once I've got them fixed into position and I'm happy with the layout. So that's the layout. Quite a few modules there. Anyway, now a 10 pin to a 16 pin. You're talking about the length of the cables? Come on. What's that? Who made this? I can't remember where it come from, but I mean, who made this? There's being tight and there's being tight. Too long. I can wrap and keep tidy, but that's no use. 10 pin to 16 pin. There's a 16 pin to 16 pin. Same again. Who makes these? You're wasting people's time. Seriously. Proper ones. Please. All these manufacturers charge a bomb for this stuff. This here's probably what? The case was like 170 quid for just the case. Yeah? Nah. This stuff, and you charge a bomb. Hang your head in shame, people. That's a disgrace. Stop making these. These are no use to anybody. Rather have too long than too short. Thought I'd make that point, sorry, but you know. Us as users, buyers, we're at the receiving end. We have to be able to use the equipment without purchasing more stuff. For a start off, that's going to go straight in landfill, isn't it? That's plastic. Sort it out. Plastic never goes away, it just breaks down into smaller and smaller parts. Stop making stuff that you know will automatically, what is it, what's the term? Built-in redundancy. Well, there you go. You know that's redundant straight away and we're going to have to buy proper ones. Stop making them. All you guys that manufacture all this stuff, if you sell it with a cable, make sure we can use the blooming cable. Alright. Well, we're going to get this screwed down now. And then we'll switch it on and we'll see what the Christmas lights look like. I will be back. Right, so power supply plugged in. Best make sure everything's lighting up and working before we go to all the time of bolting each module down. So here we go. Whack. Okay. Right. Everything's looking good. Everything looks like it should. Okay. Right Right, I think we can go ahead with bolting it all down now. It does look pretty. I just love Eurorack. The modules are so blooming interesting, you know. And hey, to tip top users, listen man, you're dropping the ball. Behringer, 3000 milliamps, look at it. It's powering the whole thing. The whole thing. Now granted, some of these modules, like this big AB switch from Pusherman, these are passive, they don't require power. So if you're looking at it and thinking, well, that's a lot of modules, some aren't powered, but yeah, job done, looks good, everything's lighting up as it should. Normally if this one, the polygraph isn't getting enough power, it just cycles through numbers crazy. The LFO will also act erratic, and the ALAC from Gibson Digital does crazy stuff as well. So everything is lighting up as it should. Yeah, the rate light on the woggle bulb is doing its job. Yeah. Right, so we know it's good. Let's lock it all down. We'll be back to the next segment in a minute or two. We're back, guys. Right, all the modules are screwed down now, all in place, all powered up. I told you that little CP1A from Behringer is a great power supply. So we got number one Medi CV CM1A Behringer Denki Tyco from ALM. Got a mixer Behringer again, 80% woggle bulk, Tesseract, radioactive, tip top, that's the MISO, and it stands for mix, invert, scale and offset. Batos Explorer 2, frequency central, the expert sleepers, and it's the Evo and also the distinct. Next to that we got the delay and VCO from Enslaved.Electrons, and that's got the 3340 in there. Curtis, another frequency, Hamilton Electronics, we got Code VCA. Frequency central next, and that's the polygraph. The wasp filter from Indepth. LF4. Envelope from Little Fish. AB switches, Pusherman. VCO from Behringer. The bottle. Synth Rotic. That's choices from blooming heck. Oh no. Next one. I like from Gibson Digital. The mixer is from Mir Mosaic, Mono Reverb, Mosaic, Quantizer and App. Next, analog VCO and a state variable filter. So that's the modules, guys. They're all in place. Next it's just to put it all together and give you a look at how it looks. You know, pleased with it, pleased with it. Love the case. Just like the, you know, the walnut. It's just nice. So we'll be back with the next segment once I've put it all together and we'll have a play. Stick with us, next segment. Welcome back, guys. So it's all up and running. And yeah. So if you made it to the end of the video, you know, thanks for hanging in there. It's much appreciated, and yeah, it's looking pretty good now. Got all the bits I need, all the parts, you know. It took us a while, but I put it all together and I'm well happy with it. It looks great. And yeah, getting ready just to start patching with it now. So it took how many modules on total? Oh, I plugged in the one you didn't see me build. I plugged that in and my VCO wouldn't power up, so that's went back for repair. I'll have it back soon. I'll be able to use it. I do have two of these and I like to use them synced together. Well, I've got enough modules there to, you know, make a really good tune at least. And so yeah, please guys, like and subscribe and we'll get some more videos going. And yeah, like I say, thank you for getting to the end. You're a trooper. And I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be putting together a nice little patch. And, so muchas gracias and ciao. I will be back, people.